Greetings, friends. My name is Lauren Bentley. Thank you so much for arriving here on my channel. Every Monday and Friday, I have a brand new Vinyasa flow for you, or perhaps a different style of yoga every once in a while. I love yin, restorative, all that good stuff. And I always try to approach these classes with an all levels mindset, because I've always deeply believed in movement for everybody. Even the roots of where I began my career was in personal training. And even with that, it was movement for everybody, movement that helps you feel strong and sustainable and supported right now. Not when something happens, but right now. So if these ideals resonate with you, I would be so very grateful if you would give this page a subscribe, a follow, a like, a share, a comment, all that really great stuff that helps to support free yoga on the internet and helps to support creators like myself. I am really excited to bring you today's class. I would say it's a little bit more on the intermediate side. We have some funky transitions. However, like I said, I am a believer in movement for all bodies. And so I invite you to meet yourself exactly where you are. We will be coming into a half moon pose. And so if you need to kind of bring the ground up a little bit closer for you, I would recommend having a yoga block available. And if you don't have a yoga block, like a thick book, or even like a throw pillow from your couch is kind of firm, will also work really well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin our practice. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position. We'll rest our hands on the lap. Let those shoulders roll away from your ears, chin parallel to the floor, and let's soften our eyes, allowing ourselves to go inward. Feeling the breath flowing in and out of your nose. Feeling your hands resting on your body. And every part of your body that's connected and held by the mat. Tuning into your own inner world, letting yourself turn out, turn off anything that you do not need for this practice. Anything that will not serve you for this next little bit together. Making a conscious choice to show up exactly as we are, meeting ourselves right here. Moving mindfully with breath and movement. And if you would like to set an intention for your practice, please go ahead and do so now. And we'll breathe in to raise our arms high. And as we breathe out, let's drop that right hand to the outside of the right hip as your left arm reaches over the body. Roll that left shoulder away from the ear. Feel that heart spiral open. Inhale back through the center. Left hand plants, right arm up and over. Again, let's roll that right shoulder back. And inhale through the center. Next breath in, reach arms high. As you breathe out, let's find a twist over to the right. Left hand meets right thigh, right hand behind. Inhale, press into that right hand to find some length. Exhale, use that left hand to help you twist. Belly button, chest, and then your head simply follows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And last one here, breathe in to lengthen and breathe out to twist. Inhale through the center, reach arms high, and breathing out, twisting over to the left. Left hand behind, right hand on left thigh. Inhale, find that length. Exhale to twist. Last two, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, come through to center. As you breathe out, let's just forward fold over our cross legs. Whatever leg you have on top or in front is more than likely where you're going to, is that hip that you're going to feel that stretch in. Send a couple deep breaths into that left hip, inviting any stagnant emotions that's ready to be released from the body. Simply trusting the process. We'll inhale to walk ourselves back up to that long spine and switch the direction of the legs. And taking your time, whenever you're ready, we'll reach our arms high. And then breathing out, we'll fold over those legs. And breathing into your opposite hip now. You may feel more sensation in one versus the other, or even more of an emotional response. And we'll breathe in to lift ourselves all the way back up. We'll take our legs up nice and long in front. I'm just going to say facing you so you can see. Sit up tall, lifting out of that seat, allowing your low belly and those floating ribs to hug in and up. We'll bend into that right knee, placing the foot on the mat, keeping left foot flexed. Interlace your hands around that right shin. And then we'll begin to lift and lower this left heel off the mat. Find your breath. Keep those toes flexed. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now keep that left heel floating right above the floor. Take your hands to your heart and lean back slightly. You can always place your hands down to the mat if you need. Drop those shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Cross it over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. Keep this going. Breath is deep. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Send your left foot out, followed by the right. Find yourself in a boat pose. Your knees can be bent, shins parallel to the mat. And then we'll lift up, right leg goes out long, left knee bends, switching sides. Interlace your hands around that left shin. Sit up nice and tall, right toes flexed. Keep them flexed here as we begin to lift and lower. Squeeze that muscle into the bone. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Right heel hovers. We release that hold around the left shin as we lean back, hands to heart. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee, cross it over. Lengthen and cross. Good. Keep this going. That's 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shins parallel to the mat. Find yourself in that boat pose. I'm just going to turn now. As you breathe out, go ahead and lower down, lift your legs high, and then roll forward into your tabletop position. We'll stack our shoulders right over our hips. Sorry, our shoulders right over our wrists and our hips right over our knees. Spread those fingers wide. Go ahead and turn your fingers out to face the long edge of your mat, and we'll rock ourselves a little side to side. Just warming up those wrists. And coming through the center, we'll turn our fingers in to face the body now. And rock yourself a little front and back if it feels appropriate for you. If the sensation is already pretty strong, just remain still and breathe deep. We'll come back through the center, turn your fingers to face the top edge of your mat. We'll curl our toes under, hips go up and back for our downward facing dog. Pedaling out our feet here for a few moments, just inviting some space and expansion into the body. Let your head be heavy and your shoulders away from the ears. And as you feel ready, we'll find a moment of stillness with our heels resting down towards the mat. Let's begin to bend those knees, bring them to a hover. Hips up and back, downward dog. Bringing knees forward, come to a hover. Downward facing. And then once more. And downward facing. Beautiful. Let's bend those knees, look forward, exhale, stepping up to the top of our mat, forward fold. Upper body draping over the low body. Bend your knees as much as you need. We'll bring our hands flat down to the mat. Just allowing the whole back body to release. We carry a lot of stress and tension in the back body. Just let it go. Oftentimes it's not even yours to be carrying anymore. And then let's breathe in, find ourselves a half lift. Breathing out, we'll fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up to stand. Hands touch overhead. We'll exhale, rest our hands at heart center. Let's breathe in, reach our arms high. As we breathe out, it goes into the heels. Chair pose, heart is forward. Either your arms are lifted or your hands can rest at heart center. As you breathe out, we'll break free and fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Plant your hands back to our first high plank. We'll keep our elbows hugged in tight as we lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, slide your hands in line with those upper ribs. Inhale to lift up for your cobra. Lifting any amount that feels good for your low spine. Exhale, release. Curling toes under, take yourself back up to your downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's drop that left heel, inhale, float right leg high. Stack right hip over the left, let yourself open up through that hip. And then bring your hips back to parallel, and we'll squeeze the knee into the nose. We'll drop that right foot in between our hands and pivot 45 degrees on our back foot. Front knee is bent behind those toes. We'll lift on up to our warrior one. Nice little energetic squeeze with the inner thighs. Let's take our hands behind the low back, press those hands away, open your heart. Breathing out, find your humble warrior. Head drops any amount that feels okay. We're looking to get the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Keep pulling that right hip back. Press into your feet, lift yourself all the way back up, release your hands high. Exhale, hands frame out in front foot. We'll step it back to our plank. You can take that belly to cobra or chaturanga to upward dog. Exhaling into your downward facing. And you don't ever have to do the flow if you don't want to. You can always go right back to downward dog. Right heel drops, inhale, we float left leg high. Stacking left hip over the right, open up through the hip. Beautiful, level out through those hips and squeeze the left knee into the nose. We'll drop our left foot down, pivot 45 degrees on your back foot. And as you're ready, we're gonna come all the way up, warrior one. Go ahead and take your hands behind the low back. Maybe you can interlace opposite thumb on top as you press those hands away and open the heart. Exhaling, find your humble warrior. Press into those feet, inhale to lift all the way up, release your hands high. Exhale, release your hands down, step it back to your plank, and find that flow. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, bend our knees, look forward, exhale, step or hop, top of mat. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. As we breathe in, come all the way up to stand, arms reach high overhead, and then we'll exhale, sit back into that chair pose. Again, the weights in the heels, knees behind toes, we're shining heart forward. Inhale here, exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, plant your hands, step or hop it back. High to low, upward dog or cobra, and downward facing. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Slowly rolling forward to our tabletop position again, stacking those joints. Spread the fingers wide and really claw into your fingertips. Feel how you can round through the upper back body, and it will take a lot of pressure off your wrists. Keeping your toes curled under, let's go ahead and lift those knees to a hover. Low belly, floating ribs, hugging in and up. As we begin to walk our feet back out to a plank, and then back into your hovering table. Let's keep this going and remain breathing. Move at your pace. Next one, we'll hold in plank. Walk your feet out, out, in, out, out, in. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Walk those feet back in, and hips go up and back, downward facing dog. In through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Drop that left heel down, float right leg high, inhale. Exhale, squeeze this right knee in towards the right elbow. Drop it down to right wrist, left elbow. Cross it back over for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Right leg goes up. Stack right hip over the left. Keep stacking, keep falling over to that side as we open up to our wild thing. Right leg steps behind you, left leg straight. Right arm reaches overhead. Breathing out, come back up through to center. Step your right foot in between the hands. Right hand to right corner of mat or a block as you lift on up to your half moon pose. Stacking the hips and those shoulders. Maybe floating the right hand off the mat if you have that ability in your body today. Begin now to take your left hand to your left hip as your left hip points down to the mat. We step our left foot off the mat and we sink down to our yogi squat, heels in, toes out. So we most likely have right foot on the mat, left foot off. Feel your weight move into the right foot now as you send your left foot out long in front of you, pistol squat. Maybe your hands are at the heart, maybe your hands are on the mat, maybe you're even sitting for this. Meet yourself where you are. Lower down to the bottom, right foot goes out to meet the left, boat pose. Shine heart forward. As you exhale, roll back, plow or shoulder stand, and then begin to roll yourself all the way up into your chair pose. Big toes together, slight part in the heels, sink those hips back. Take your hands to your heart, inhale, find length. Exhale, twist over to the right. Left elbow hooks to the outside of the right thigh, hands floating towards heart center. Trying to keep your knees in line with one another. Take a peek down, step your left foot back, and then come back up into that twist as you're ready. Inhale to lift, open arm twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. And then we'll drop that left foot to the inside of the right, or maybe a block as you lift your left foot up behind you. Revolve half moon. It's a very uncomfortable pose, definitely not my favorite. And then we'll exhale, invite your right hand down, nose come down towards the right knee, squeeze that glute, standing splits. And inhale, let's pendulum ourselves all the way up. Left knee comes up with us, right hand to left knee, left arm opens up behind. And then coming back through to center, we'll send our left foot behind, warrior 3. Top bend and standing knee, back toes pointing straight down. Squeeze shoulder blades down, back body. Your hands can be at the heart, alongside body, or reaching up overhead. As you exhale, begin to bend into that front knee, drop left toes down, hover above that right thigh for a moment. And then drop your left hand to the inside of the right foot, reach right arm high, stay here, easy twist, or set that right foot back to meet the left for a side plank. Hips up nice and high. Breathe out, right hand down, and find your flow. Repeating this once more on the other side. We'll drop that right heel down, float left leg high, inhale. Exhale, squeeze left knee into left elbow, drop it down to the wrist, cross over, and right elbow. Beautiful, give me 2. And 1. Beautiful, left foot back up, 3-legged dog. Stack left hip over right, and then open yourself up, landing in wild thing. Come back through to center, and then invite that left foot up to meet the right. Left hand plants to left corner of mat. Right arm reaches high, half moon pose. We begin to point both hip points down as you step that right foot off to the side, land in that nice yogi squat, heels in, toes out. Take a moment to pause here, hands at heart center. Weight goes into that left foot. The side's my hard side. I have to use my hands here. Send your right leg out long, pistol squat. And then lower down to the bottom, left foot meets the right, boat pose. Lower all the way down to the back, find your plow or shoulder stand, and then rock all the way up, meeting yourself in chair. Big toes together, side part in those heels, sink it back. Beautiful, hands come to heart center, inhale, find length. Exhale, twist over to the left. Hands meet at the heart as much as you can, knees in line with one another. We'll peek down, look at those toes, send your right foot back for your lunge, and then come back up into that twist as you're ready. Breathing in to lift up into your open arm twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Breathing out, right hand meets the mat. As you lift your right leg high, left arm stays lifted, revolve, half moon. Breathing out, left hand down, standing splits. And then inhale to come all the way up, hold this right knee with you. Left hand meets right knee, right arm opens up behind. And then send that right foot back for your warrior three. Bending into that front knee, drop your back toes down. Pause here, hover. Right hand meets the mat, left arm opens up high, easy twist or side plank. Hips up high. Exhale, left hand down, and let's find our flow. So we actually do have one more round on each side, just adding on slightly. Let's pause here in that downward dog. Find a nice breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Drop that left heel down, float right leg high, inhale. Exhale, squeeze right knee to the right elbow. Draw 3 big rectangles here. 2 and 1. Beautiful, 3-legged dog, right leg lifts. Stack those hips and then find yourself in that wild thing. Coming back through to center, right foot steps up. Right hand to right corner of mat or block as you open up to your half moon pose. Exhale, left foot steps down, have yourself in your yogi squat. And then weight goes into that right foot as you begin to send your left leg out long. Hold here and lower to the bottom, right foot meets the left, boat pose. As you exhale, lower all the way down, legs lift. And rock and roll yourself all the way up to that chair pose. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist. Left elbow outside of right thigh. Send our left foot back. Come back into that twist when you're ready. Beautiful. Then left hand plants the inside of right foot. Lift your left foot up behind. Revolved half moon. Standing splits. Beautiful. Come all the way up. Right hand to left knee, left hand opens up behind. And then back through the center, send your left foot back, warrior three. Bend into that front knee, go ahead and land in your warrior two. So back foot parallel to short edge of the mat as you cartwheel those arms open. Stack shoulders over the hips. Nice front heel to back inner arch connection. Peek down, see right big toe. Find your peaceful warrior. And extended side angle. Beautiful. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, release those hands down. We'll step it back to our plank and flow. One final time. Beautiful work. Make sure you're breathing here. Right heel plants, left leg floats high. Exhale, squeeze left knee into the left elbow. Draw those 3 rectangles. 2 and 1. Good, left foot up high, stack the hips, and then open yourself up to that wild thing. Coming back through to center, left foot steps up, left hand plants, open up, half moon pose. Yogi squat. And then transferring weight to the left foot as your right leg goes out long. Sit back into your boat. And then roll back. Coming all the way up to that chair pose. Big toes together, heels separate. Hands to heart. Find some length in the spine. Exhale, twist. Right elbow hooks the outside of that left thigh. And then right foot steps back for your lunge twist. Good, go ahead and lift on up. Left arm forward, right arm back. I totally missed this part last time, I know, my bad. Then right hand plants to the inside of that left foot as you reach right leg high. Revolve half moon. Standing splits. Beautiful, come all the way up to your one-legged mountain. Find that twist here. Warrior three. And find yourself in your warrior two. Take your time to build that foundation first. Peaceful warrior. Exhaling into your extended side angle. And inhale warrior two. Exhale, release those hands down, step it back to your plank. Final vinyasa. Take it or leave it. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Let's begin to lower down onto those knees. We'll spin our legs out to one side. We'll bring bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Wrapping your hands around the ankles. The closer you have your feet into the body, the deeper the stretch is going to be. You're welcome to stay upright, or you can begin to fold. Heart down towards the feet. Let your head be heavy, shoulders round. Find your breath here. Notice the breath and the heart rate returning back to a more natural resting state. To lift on up, take your hands out to the outside of the legs, closing them up like a book, and we'll lower all the way down to the back. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking a little side to side, massaging the length of the spine, massaging the low back. And we'll take our hands out, arms out into a T. Your legs fall heavy to the left, looking out over the right shoulder. Bring your head back to the center. Go ahead and lift the knees. And then drop them over to the right, looking out over the left shoulder. Bring those legs back through the center. Let's wrap our arms around the shins. Peeling our nose up towards the knees. Wrapping yourself in one big hug. Saying something kind to yourself. And then we'll lower all the way down to the back, taking our legs and arms out long, knowing that the stillness is just as important as the movement. As we release any manipulation on the breath, we allow our mind to quiet and our bodies to soak up our practice. Shavasana. And this is where I will leave you, but please try to stay here for as long as you possibly can. And if you would like to see how you can work with me one-on-one in a trauma-informed body and mind bridging sort of way, I bring mindfulness techniques and yoga together for a very compassionate space for healing. So all that information is down below in the description, and I will see you real soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.